Welcome to today's Amplifying Student Voice, where students share information and ideas. My name is Nicholas.
My name is Jose. On today's episode, we are speaking to AAVPH Antelope Valley Partners for Health, and we will be talking about who they are and their services.
Welcome, Naomi and Christina. Thank you for meeting us with us today. Welcome to Palmdale High School.
Please introduce yourself and tell us how Antelope Valley Partners for Health help serve people in our community.
So we're Antelope Valley Partners for Health, which is a nonprofit organization based out in Lancaster. And this nonprofit organization provides different resources to everybody in every age group. So ranging from senior citizens all the way down to prenatal, meaning, before they have their babies. And it's a great resource, especially considering how many different programs we have. But it kind of just ranges on your guys' needs. Some of the services that we have are one-time use only, or there's other programs that we have that is up to like a certain amount. So like up to 6 months, 12 months, which is a year. And I think the most program we have running is like a 3-year program. And it's a great program, but primarily we are part of the Youth Services Department, which has a list of different programs ranging from peer-to-peer support, internships, paid opportunities. We also have a youth homeless administration program. It kind of depends on what you're looking for. But for peer-to-peer support, Christiane would kind of dip a little bit more into that.
Yeah. Hi, guys. I'm Christiana. So I am a mentor coordinator with the youth department. So typically what that looks like is we go into high schools and we offer different services. One of the things that we really like to do is we go into high school and we offer peer-to-peer support, so mentor groups. We have a couple different groups running at high schools, and what that looks like is students will come in and we will give them, whatever they may need. Sometimes we do fun activities, and then sometimes we cover different topics such as mental health, substance abuse, what friendships look like, healthy relationships, things like that. And then if you were to need like more extensive versus the peer-to-peer, we do offer one-on-one support also.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thank you.
Do you have an application process?
Yes. For specific things, for our peer-to-peer groups that are in high schools, which is what I do, we don't have an application process. How we are running the groups right now, it is a referral program, or if students on campus hear about the program, they're like, wow, that sounds really fun. I could really benefit from something like that. Then we go ahead and we bring them into the group. Some of our groups do have a wait list, but we try to accept as many students as we can so that way everyone could receive, the help and support that they may want. But as far as applying to work with us or even volunteering with us, we do have an application process. What that would look like for your guys' age is we are currently taking applications for the Youth Coalition. And what that would look like is we are having students come in about your age, 18 to 24 years old, and they are going to be mentoring other students that are younger than them. And the youth department as a whole will be teaching these students how to mentor. So what does it look like? And we will cover a broad topic of things such as communication skills, nonverbal skills, peace resolution skills, different things like that. And the application process for that is, if you were to follow us on Instagram, Antelope Valley Partners for Health Youth Department, we have a link on there, and then you could go in there, click the link, and the application will automatically pop up. It's super easy. And there you fill out the questions, and then there's a spot for you to upload a resume.
Okay.
Thank you
And for the other program, which is Youth Homeless Administration Program, that program is specifically based off of eligibility requirements, meaning that you have to go through a questionnaire and that questionnaire determines whether you be eligible for the program or not. And we also want to emphasize that it's super limited, and it's specifically meant for youths between the ages of 18 to 24 who are experiencing homelessness. And although we do not provide any shelter or housing, we do provide case management services, and it kind of just ranges.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. What is your vision for our community and the people you serve?
So our vision right now, specifically for providing help within our youth, is we're in the talks and in the hopes of possibly opening a youth drop-in center, which would have computers, laundromats, washing stations, and obviously us as part of your staff to also mentor you and guide you into the right path, I want to say, as well as giving you any just advice, just being around, helping you guys out as much as possible, giving you that mentoring, I guess, almost. And for AVPH, we just want to continue providing and striving for our company, you know, giving as many resources there is to to Antelope Valley and to anybody who lives in the AV.
Yeah, and then as far as, you know, the peer-to-peer, the mentor groups, what our goal for those groups is we would like to have students come in, go through our program, and develop these communication skills, these, you know, resolution skills, all these skills that we're working on with you guys. And then our hope is to have a youth-run program. So those students that already finished our program, they will come in, and then they will then mentor and peer resolution to other students coming into the program. So our goal for our programs is to have a youth-run program.
Okay.
I love that. Good job.
Thank you.
How does AVPH support workforce development?
You want to cover?
So workforce development, as I was a case manager for a youth homeless demonstration program, the one I just spoke on, workforce development, we help you build up your resume. We are also able to supply you with work clothes, work attire, anything like that. And then to add to that, we also try our best to give you guys also those skills such as communications, conflict resolution, things like that. But it just kind of depends on what you guys are looking for again. Because although I'm not going to lie, I was a very, I want to say, like, not timid, but like very shy person. And, you know, going into this, you kind of had to step away from that and, you know, speak up and just be a little bit louder. And I think that's a big thing, is that sometimes we struggle with that, or sometimes we struggle with, you know, quieting down. And because of that, it's kind of winding down, self-care, also providing that. And because of workforce development, we want you guys to also strive in the passion that you guys are going for, whether that's work or school, because workforce does help with school as well. But it just kind of depends, again.
Yeah, and then one of the programs that we actually have running is ran at a middle school currently, with the hopes of possibly bringing it to other schools in the future. It is a work readiness program. It is a paid internship. So what that looks like is we will go in with these students, the whole application process to get into it. You have to interview. Once you're accepted, you will meet with us once a week. Like I said, it's a paid opportunity. And then we go over all sorts of topics, such as how to build a resume, what it looks like to go into an interview, what papers you need whenever you do get a job, things like that. And with that, they also do field work. So what that looks like is they will go out into the community and they will help at different programs. And with this, whenever they come out of the program, the hopes is that they have a full resume with community service, and job opportunities will be much more accessible to them.
Okay.
How can students prepare themselves for your volunteer program?
So for our volunteer program, it kind of just ranges. We do have different programs that do kind of recruit their volunteers, and there's other programs that are asking you guys to apply to be a volunteer. So it's kind of depending. Like Food Pantry, I do know that they kind of recruit people from ministries or churches, or just wanting to do more in the community, because there is other people who are just kind of like just strolling around, and so they want to help within the community of do Food Pantry and everything like that. But on behalf of youth department, I'm not really sure what that would look like. Christiana?
Yeah. So with the youth department, as far as volunteer opportunities, we put on different varying events throughout the year. We have a very large Halloween event. We had, I believe it was 6 volunteers that were about your guys' age that helped us out at that event. The way that you can get in contact specifically with the youth department to volunteer with the youth department is, once again, our Instagram. You could go ahead and message us on the Instagram, or if we are looking for volunteers, keep an eye out on that page because we'll post volunteers needed, for this program or that program. If specifically you would like to volunteer for AVPH, I know that Naomi mentioned the food pantry or different programs that come up. If you go to avph.org, the website, you could fill out the contact information part and send them the contact saying that you would like to volunteer. And then someone from our agency will contact you and say, you contacted us, you would like to volunteer. What does this look like for you? How old are you? What are you looking to volunteer with? And you could say, I'd like to volunteer for the food pantry. I am in school, but, I'm available Saturday and Sunday or after school. And then you could go ahead and volunteer with us. And it's a great opportunity because you could put it on your resume.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
How can listeners get involved or support AVPH?
So we have multiple different platforms that we use. We have our own podcast. It is the Youth Department podcast. It is posted on multiple different streams. So again, our Instagram, if you go on our Instagram, the plug for our podcast is on there and you could listen. I know that it's posted YouTube, Apple, different things like that. And then specifically if you would like to get involved with the youth department, our Instagram, we post, we host workshops, typically 1 to 2 times a month. And what that looks like is anyone and everyone is welcome. So any age, anyone could come. And sometimes we do fun activities. I know our last one was we built a birdhouse and everyone got to paint it. And then we also do informational workshops. So we will help you with finances or how to build a resume. Or we've done theater workshops where we come in and, you do improv. So we post those on our Instagram. They're super fun. I encourage everyone to come out to them. And it's a good way to connect with the youth departments. That way if any other opportunities come up, you're like, hey, I know them. I went to their workshop.
Okay.
All right. That's good. Thank you for that information. We encourage our listeners to learn more about the Antelope Valley Partners for Health. Visit www.avph.org for more information.
This is all for today's episode of Amplifying Student Voice. Join us next time.
Of course. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for the
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share.